watching it now.
You're watching it now, okay, great. If you are watching it right now, or if, would you please do it silently, and also on that subject too, and I'll do the same thing myself, if you wouldn't mind silencing your telephones, that would be a great thing. Okay, let's get going over here. First of all, a brief introduction. My name is Bill Jamshedji, and I'm the organizer of the Montreal Internet and SEO Group. I have two co-organizers who are at the back of the room right now who are really doing all the work. There's Lorraine Craig and Vanessa Bolak right at the back table over there, so give them all a wave. We'd like to give a thank you, first of all, to the folks here at Notman House. Notman House, as you know, is the home of the web in Montreal, and as you can see, is undergoing extensive renovations right now. Hopefully, in a couple of months, we'll have an even bigger and better Notman House to hold these meetups at, but we're very appreciative of the people at Notman House for giving us this space and everything, so that's awesome to them. Also want to give a special thanks out to Vaughn at the back over there. Vaughn is going to be doing tonight's second presentation. As with the last meetup, we're going to do this as two presentations. A beginner's type of a presentation will be the first one, and then a more advanced one. So Vaughn's doing something on social analytics this evening, and that should be wonderful. And we're all set for you, Vaughn, so I hope you're ready for us. Just a little bit about our meetup group. For those of you who found us by some other method, our meetup group is on meetup.com, the Montreal Internet and SEO Group. So if you aren't already a member, please join us over there. We try to hold these meetups regularly every 3-4 weeks or so. And our meetups are always free. There's no cost to join the group, etc. And it doesn't matter of your experience level either. We're taking anyone who's just learned about the World Wide Web yesterday to those who have been working on it for 15 years. You're all welcome over here. We can all learn something and share something with each other. So make sure you get to network with the people that are here as well, because you'll find some very interesting folks in this room. We have a Facebook group as well. You'll get the address to it on our meetup page. It hasn't been that active lately, but it is the group that sort of started the meetup group, and so you're still welcome to join our Facebook group. And we've also got a YouTube channel, which we're slowly putting videos onto, and we'll get more and more videos onto it, including tonight's meetup is going to be on the video. So if you really want to relive these wonderful moments again, you can go home and do it on YouTube. Okay, and lastly, if you mark on your calendars two other dates that we have reserved here at Notman. One that's coming up very soon, the 23rd of May, it's a Thursday, and then a Wednesday meetup on the 12th of June. And so those will both be at the same time, same place here at Notman House. We have speakers and such lined up for that, and we will be announcing those on our meetup page this week. So please look out for that, and please join us then. And with that, we will get on to part one. Tonight's subject, of course, is Google Analytics. And as I said, I'm going to be doing just a basic introduction to analytics right now. Afterwards, we'll take a little break, and then Vaughn is going to do a presentation on social analytics. So the first question for those of you who are not familiar with Google Analytics, or who may have heard of it and don't really know about it, I thought I'd try to answer a few questions tonight. And basically, the first thing is, what is this stuff? What is analytics all about? We'll cover what that is. How could it actually help me? Why would I want to do this to my website? We'll cover what you can actually do with analytics, how you actually get analytics set up. We'll briefly go over what you have to do to set up analytics. And now that you've got it, now it's all set up, great. Now what do I do with all of this data that I've now got? And so we'll cover that as well. Okay, so the first question is, what is Google Analytics? Well, essentially, Google Analytics is a class of software program called, and surprisingly, an analytics program. And there are other analytics as well as Google Analytics. We'll be covering the Google product tonight. Analytics basically lets you get information about the visitors who visit your website. It lets you know things like where they have come from in order to get to your website, where in the world they're actually located, on what they do when they're on your website, how long they stay on specific pages, how they exit your website, etc. And knowing these types of statistics can be very valuable for your web business. Google Analytics is indeed free, although there is a professional version of Google Analytics as well, which costs $150 per year. The differences between the free and the professional ones: the free version of analytics, the response time on it, in other words, the accuracy of your data, is guaranteed to be within about 24 hours. So if someone lands on your site right now, you don't necessarily get all the statistics about them for a 24-hour period, although there are real-time analytics which will show you stuff a lot sooner. The professional analytics has a much more updated frequency. It's every 4 hours that gets updated. There are a number of other differences. The number of custom functions, etc., that you can have in the professional one is 50, and I believe this is 5 for the regular version. But the real difference between the professional analytics and between the regular Google Analytics product is that when you purchase professional analytics, you get access to a Google representative by phone, 24/7. So they can help you set up analytics on your site, they can answer questions, etc. They can help you interpret the responses and the results you're getting from analytics. So for those of you who really want to take this to the next level after setting up analytics, you may want to consider the professional version. However, everything I'm going to be talking about here this evening is basically applies to both versions, so you can easily do this with the free version of analytics. Okay, how does analytics work? Well, I don't usually like to get too technical during our conversations, but this is one area where I think I might have to do something like that. So any of you who are really disturbed by geek speak and stuff like that, you might want to ignore this little slide over here while I briefly tell you how analytics actually works. How it works is, in the background, when you are going to a web page, let's say that you're going to someone's home page, you're going to Lewis's home page or something like that. What is actually happening in the background is there's a little conversation going on. Your web browser goes to the server that hosts Lewis's home page and says, "Hi, I'd like to get the home page, please." And the server says, "Okay, great, let me get a few bits of information about you, such as your IP address and what kind of a computer you have and what kind of web browser you're using. And also I want to read your